Hi Gemini, it is your turn for the August 2021 Zodiac blessings. As I mentioned in the intro, all of the readings this month seem to have a theme of letting go, and I believe that's because I'm doing these readings so close to the full moon, and as a rule, full moon energy is energy of release and letting go. So you might just want to keep the messages in mind today when you're doing your full moon rituals this weekend. If you're reading or listening to this after the full moon, you can still just keep them in mind for things that you would want to let go of. Okay, so I'm pulling from 3 decks, and those are the Sacred Rebels deck from Alana Fairchild, the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck from Matt Hughes, and the Chakra Wisdom deck from Tori Hartman. I pulled a card from each deck and then a clarifying card from each deck as well, which was usually the card that was on the bottom. From the Sacred Rebels, you have conscious connections, and to clarify that, we have faith in the process. And from the tarot, we have the King of Cups, handsome guy, and that's clarified by the 5 of Wands. And from the chakra deck, we have self-worth being clarified by despondence. Okay, so this is definitely a little bit easier of a reading than the Taurus reading. The Taurus reading really kind of was a blanket. Now, for you, the main theme right here is, okay, so we have this self-worth, which is really calling out to me. And then we have this conscious connections, which is really calling out to me, and then this King of Cups energy. Okay, so the King of Cups energy really represents a healthy masculine energy. It doesn't need to come in the form of a man or a woman, just like healthy, solar warmth, giving, providing energy that's just reliable and loving and just like all the good things that you associate with paternal energy and none of the yucky stuff. Okay, provider, loving, kind, warm, safe connection. Then this conscious connection here with the self-worth and that all being very much balanced, I suppose you would say, by the faith in the process. The 5 of Wands would represent conflict and difficulty arguing, and then despondence, which is just like unable to even really do anything. It's like you're getting the medicine, but you're stuck in the other part of it. So as far as the conscious connections go, I think what you're being called to right now is to kind of do a little bit of a spring cleaning when it comes to your connection, and just acknowledging, like, am I spending time with people that are actually really toxic for me? Should they be a priority in my life, or are they holding me back? Are they making me sick? Or are they making me unhappy or unhealthy? And as you start to do that spring cleaning, you might feel a little bit of discomfort at first, but just having faith in the process that better connections are going to come in. I'm not telling you to burn bridges, but maybe just take a little bit of space to remember who you actually are, or even if you do keep all these people in your life or these circumstances in your life, to do so consciously and not just on autopilot, not just because they've always been there, but to really be awake in these connections. Because there are some connections in your life right now that actually serve you much more than others, that I think that you are not embracing quite as much. You're actually fighting those connections because they aren't as toxic maybe, or they might be just more familiar. We do crave, if you have a history of chaos, you're going to crave chaos because it feels a little bit more comfortable, even if it's stressful or unhealthy. That being said, you are being given really good connections right now in lots of different areas. So what I'm seeing is maybe you're not really embracing these more conscious connections, these more warm, providing connections. You're fighting it And it comes from a little bit of a lack of self-worth. Like maybe you don't believe that you actually deserve these more healthy, loving connections, so you're focusing more on the other ones, which is leaving you in this uncomfortable place. But what you're being invited to do is to just start taking steps to having more self-worth. And I think the best way of doing that is being more conscious with your relationship with yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, how you feed yourself, how you move yourself, how you plan your life, how you talk about yourself, who's in your presence, what's in your immediate environment. And I think by doing that, you're going to start to have more faith that as you move away from these more toxic, stressful connections and approaches to life, you're going to have more faith in your own worthiness of these more conscious, loving, soothing, healthy ways of being and being in relationship. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to bring it all together. I really, really see it here. You're my second to last reading today, so I apologize if I'm not using the right words. But also, this is an offering that I'm giving from my heart, so I should stop apologizing. But yeah, I think the thing that's really standing out to me the most is just having faith in the process. She's praying, you know? Have faith. Have faith in yourself. You deserve the good things that are coming into your life, and they can take up more of a priority for you right now. Doesn't mean you need to burn bridges with these other people, but they just don't need to take up as much mental and emotional space as they currently are. Maybe they're going to be in your life. Maybe they're family members, right? We can't get rid of certain people, right? It would be very cruel in some cases. However, they don't need to be everything to you. So let your mental space focus more on the things that are conscious, healthy, on purpose, and start moving and doing activities that help to reflect a higher self-worth. And that's really going to help you feel comfortable with these more positive energies and to continue to restore your faith in the process so that you can have these conscious connections. Okay, Gemini, I think that's good. I thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you next month. Have a happy full moon, and take care. Namaste.